Right. Here we go. It's a Friday. It's the timer of day for painting. Glorious. Excellent caffeine. Oh, my spider knows it's a timer for the goo. Here we go. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. It's painting fucking goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. What will we goo? Nobody knew what we goo. Painting goo. Sip, rant, goo. Paint, rant, sip. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. My chi is beginning to flow. Glorious. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. What will we goo? Nobody knew what we goo. We just goo it. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Paint, sip, rant, goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. It's painting feckin' goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Goo goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Every time. It's the goo. So much goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Goo goo goo. Alright, you feeble mortar scum. You know the drill. Click the link in the description and pay the monkey so he doesn't go hungry. If you have any honor. Greetings, my beloved Japonita, and all you other filthy mortar scum, and welcome to another glorious episode of Paintingu with me, your illustrious demi-divine host, Defenderu-sama, demigod of a Paintingu. we return to American Samoa, where a giant tarantula is attacking the Roku tribesmen. A scene of terror, violence, sheer and, from my perspective, utter hilarity as I witness the cartoonish expressions as they flee from this eight-legged monstrosity, wielding a plasma cannon from his zipped abdomen. For those of you who have no clue what is going on at this moment in time, here on PEINTEINGU, we have traditions. When beginning a new PEINTEINGU, we discover where we are going by picking a number at random and seeing which number it correlates with on that map over there. Then I consult this magic hat, which contains many things to discover what we are going after we discover where we are going. And I accidentally just pressed the monkey camera button there for anyone watching and not only listening. That wasn't embarrassing at all. We got cannon, tarantula, and zipper. Hence, the cannon protruding from the tarantula via a zipper. Follow along, keep up, or you will be left behind as we sail through our dreams, imagination, and the etheric realm, as it is, as I allow myself to become a conduit for the diviner forces. For it is only once you remove your ego and allow the divine forces to move through you like a flowing river can you produce funny, good, true, beautiful shit. Desmondu-sama, the only one with any honor today, yet again. And before you ask, yes, the window is open, because it's fucking hot in this bitch. Arnold Schwarzenegger says, "God no!" I love it. It feels like calming. I love walking out. I love the pump. The pump is so great. It feels like calming. It's good. Ever since the days of COVID, I have like an utter disgust and disdain for Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I also, like, what a legend. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger is such a fucking legend for so many reasons. Maria, where's my stogies? Shut up, you, or I will fuck the maid again. You think that knife is big? Hey, Sly, check out my big knife. It's bigger than yours. Anyway. Right. I will probably slip in and out of character like a eel covered in yogurt. Very slippery. Right. It is sweltering. Today is Funky Friday. Shia LaGoo, just goo it. Just goo it! Just do it. I think Shia is like an incredibly misunderstood individual who genuinely has a pure heart and soul. I swear to God. I think that guy is like legit. I think Shia LaBeouf is like a really genuine person. Like he's real. Like, I have so much respect for that dude. Like, don't get me wrong, he's like, a lot of the shit he's doing is like, people are looking at me like, what a fucking lunatic. I completely relate. Like, Shia gets it. He's like bringing Josh, the guy who played, is it Josh Bernenthal or whatever his name is, Berenthal? The guy who played the Punisher. And he was in Fury with him, with Brad Pitt and all. Like, he's like nearly bringing that chap to tears, like talking about like coming to Christ and getting off drugs and getting out of a toxic relationship and all. Like, Josh Bernthal is just sitting there listening to this story, and Shia's like crying and like, you know, oh, it's hilarious. It's intense. The guy seems legit. Okay, today is a Funky Friday, so we are going to be playing some funk or funk. Is it funk or funk? I think it's funk, especially when it's Japanese. It's definitely funk. Oh, sumimasen. No, just straight coffee on that one. All I smell is caffeine. And all I will be hearing for the next at least hour and a half is funka. Sumimasen. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Right. I must first shake the goo. As your chi begins to flow, remember to thrash that right button like it has insulted your ancestors. If you do not like and subscribe to PEINTEINGU, you have no honor, filthy mortal scum. PEINTEINGU goo goo. PEINTEINGU goo goo. PEINTEINGU goo goo. You know it is good tuna when your neck become like pigeon. Huh. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Indeed, Desmondo-sama. I agree. Funk, not funk. Funk. Painting goo goo goo. Goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Right. The goo has been shaked. Now to get my bitches wet. Right. Yes, the frat one. Where's the frat one? Oh, I dropped the bitch. Shit. Oh, there we go. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. If you are not singing along to Painting Goo, shit, I dropped the bitch again. Ugh. There we go. Drop the bitch twice in one goo. How dare I? Right, microphone is perfectly placed for Painting Goo. Ah, Pruno-sama! Welcome! Greetings, Defenderu and all. How are you keeping? Where? I'm keeping where? And you? How's life, my brother? Are you enjoying the glorious weather? For it is indeed glorious. Ah! I have made a fatal error. I shaked the goo, but I did not de-rid the goo. I must de-rid the goo. One by one, I unleash the goo. Painting goo 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 goo. I love Mortal Kombat 2. I might download Mortal Kombat X again. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Right, the goo is now ready. Right. I do believe I'm going to go back to red. The spider has been grey, it has been red, it has been yellow, it is now orange. I'm going to change it back to red. And then the accents will be a glorious, luminous green. There is always something. I forgot to place my royal rag upon my divine knee in preparation for the goo. How dare I? Painting goo 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 goo. Test your white. Slowly, but surely. Like Tartar. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Right. We have changed the color of this Turantura for the last time. Drinking iced tea, it is glorious. Sounds glorious. I have a shit ton of agua there for after my coffee. Let me see. Painting goo, 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 goo. Painting goo, 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 goo. Painting goo, goo, goo. Painting. Painting goo. Oh, fuck me, I am a sweating goo! It's so warm. Cannot be Rambo and Rocky at same time. Pick a one. Stupid mortar. This mortar sounds very confident of himself. Ah, Stubberu-sama! Welcome! Splendidu, Pruno-sama! I also enjoy iced tea, but twisted tea is undesirable. Heavy. What is this twisted tea you speak of? Right. A confident rented gay, apparently. A confident rented gay. Are you aware? How is a waifu, Firingu? Waifu is good. Excellent news. The greatest of news. I am taking her to the Jimu now. Hurt is worth. Excellent. Get those reps in. Ugh. Get those reps in. Right, let me see. Smoke some herb. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Looking glorious. I like it nice and brighter. That's a spiked iced tea brand here enjoyed by the Roker Rednecks. Spiked iced tea? Sounds like a lot of gayness and rapage is going on in your Roker area. Wherever you find rifted trucks, guns, and mud hose, you are bound to find a can of twisted tea. Ugh. Right, let me see. is so brighter. I love it. So many layers on the spider. Glorious. Okay. We will allow the spider to dry. We shall do more work on the tribesmen. Let me see. Methinks we will give them perhaps some tattoos, jewelry. This one needs ears. Forgot to give that one ears. Paintingu. Give him stretched ears. Paintingu. We need bone neck races. They are not tribesmen unless they are covered in teeth, bones, and multicolored banger thingies. Right, let me see. Some kind of rowing cloth. Very right, Browner. It needs to stick out and not blend with the sand. What to do to mend broken heartu? Work out to, bitch you! Despicable spawn of Satan! Filthy mortal scum! Weak! Before there was fruit of the room, there was cloth of the Rhine. Hilarious. Painting goo goo goo. Goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. I will need a finer bitu. Pointy bitch. Like spear or dagger. Where's my skinny bitch? Here we go. Painting goo 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 goo. Let me see. Painting goo 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 goo. Right, let's get some pupils on these tribesmen, huh? Beautiful. Painting, goo, 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 goo.
Я боюсь проиграть в битве. Боюсь поражения. Куда лучше умереть в бою, чем стать немощным инвалидом. Я чувствую дуновение ветра. Я ощущаю, как внутри меня поселился страх. Но каждый раз после боя я ищу более сильного врага.
Painting, goo, 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 goo. Painting, goo, 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 goo. Painting, goo, goo.
Clean.
Oh, coffee, yeah. I'm up there. Domo arigato, female. Your neck okay? Mm. Well then, take painkillers. Painting. Who the fuck is this? I have been contacted by spam. Am I the only one that remembers that? Probably not. But like, have you ever seen Muppets Treasure Island? And the leader of the pig tribe that like Miss Piggy is like the queen of now. Is like, my name is I am Chief Spam. like, they're all pigs. He's the chief, and his name is Spam. It's still one of the funniest. Like the way they look, like the way they have really low brows and they don't have any eyes. And like, because they're Muppets and all, like, it's just, I am the chief. My name is Spam. It's like one of the funniest things ever. I love the Muppets movies, man. Like back in the, like, they're fucking funny, like, you know. When I was younger, one of my favorite things was what's the guy that's the king prawn? I am not a shrimp. I'm a king prawn. Pepe, is it Pepe Pepe the shrimp? Is it? Yeah. Tell the prawn he can come or something. It's like, I am not a shrimp. He opens the door for them or something, like. He's all like, you know, confident in his abilities because he's just like helped them escape because he's the one that got through and opened the door and all. He's like, I am not a shrimp. I am a king prawn. Like, fist bumps the sky and all. Like, oh man, was that the one where Gonzo goes to space? I think that, yeah. Great movies. They're fucking great movies. Like, I don't know if there's any like hidden esoteric shit or like subliminal messaging or like mind control pre-programming nonsense in those ones. There probably is, you know, because there is in most stuff. But Muppets Treasure Island and is it Muppets in Space? I think it's Muppets in Space is where Gonzo tries to go back to space because he realizes that like the reason why he realizes that he's an alien. Like, I have a feeling that might be an allegory for the Jews because his nose is so fucked up. Oh god. Fucking hell. So warm. Right, I'm gonna try and make luminous green. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm gonna try. Like, you can make really nice greens with the yellow that I have and the green that I have. But it's not going to be, like, luminous, you know? Which is the part that, like, annoys me. You can get a bright green, you know? But it's not going to have that, like, poppy, luminous look. But maybe it will, I don't know. Like, that's okay. It's not great, like, you know. Maybe if I put a few layers on. And try and put highlights and dark spots on it. Because as much as I can, I want to work from the palette and the different colors I have and color mixing on the palette. I want to work from that and not from the tubes of like pre-made colors, because it's worth it to be able to just actually be a professional artist in that sense of having a palette there and being like, what color do I need? Alright, quickly make it, apply it, quickly make it, apply it, you know? It's also incredibly satisfying. When you get it right. Satisfying when you get it right. Frustrating when you get it wrong. Seriously, having an opaque white is just so handy. What's this? A change in mind? A mistake? Never fear. Opaque white is here. So handy. I think we finally have the Tarantura that I desire. This guy's definitely my favorite. The combination of Chad, chin, handlebar, mustache, afro with the bone through it. Obviously, I still have to give him his spear, but we'll get there. Dude's expression is hilarious. Like he's sick to death of having to deal with giant mechanical spiders on his beach. Like this is just another Tuesday to him, like. I forgot about Muppet Treasure Island. I fucking... What's that song that the pigs sing? The fucking... Oh. Boom! Shakalakala boom! Shakalakala boom! Shakalaka! That's like, I think that was always my favorite like part of the movie, or one of my favorite parts of the movie was like when they came across the pigs, the tribe of pigs that have like announced that like fucking they've made Miss Piggy their queen, and just that bit where it's like, I am Chief Spam. It's just fucking the perfect like. You can just imagine how much it made them laugh when they thought of that idea in the writing room. Like, they probably fell around the place laughing. Like, what do we call the chief? Spam. Like, we can't just call him Spam. Call him Spam. Like, it's so perfect. It's like that bit from Finding Nemo where they're like on about the great volcano and all, like, and they're like, welcome to Mount Wanahakalugi. Like, you're like, what did you just say? Brilliant. Like, it's stuff like that that's my favorite stuff, because it's just fun. It's just fun, like, you know. Like, Finding Nemo has some brilliant moments like that. Fish are friends, not food. You know, it's like 3 sharks. Like, it's fucking brilliant. Like, so funny. Like whoever comes up with that shit, like, you know, those are the people with the connection to the divine. Like, a fucking pelican, an English pelican called Nigel. Like, well, he wasn't English. He was like, he was posh Australian, like, you know. Name's Nigel. Like, of course it is. Like, hop in me mouth. And it's like, I'm not gonna get in your mouth. Like, trust me, it's safe. Finding Nemo is brilliant. I don't care what anyone says. I haven't seen Finding Dory. I'd probably fucking hate it. Like, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Like, depends on how much like woke shit is in it. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Just remember, like, the voice that they got the great white shark, Bruce, in Finding Nemo. Hello. What's a couple of nice bites like you? Like, it's brilliant. Voice acting, that was brilliant. Jacques, oui. Clean, oui. He is clean. The way he just goes like and fecks off like, oui, he's clean. Like, brilliant. Like, all the characters in that made me laugh. Like, Flo, has anybody seen Flo? And she's talking about her reflection in the fucking, like, in the glass. Like, has anybody seen Flo? Flo. She's like, the bitch is nuts. Like, fucking so funny. Like, the mad little like ginger girl with the insane braces that comes into the dentist to get work done on her. She's just like, fishy, and she's like poking the glass and all. Like, she's like a fucking demon child. Like, oh man. Such a great movie for so many different reasons. Painting goo, goo goo goo, goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo, painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Test your white. Painting goo 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 goo. 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 Oh, すみません. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Yeah. Okay. I had to be sure though, you know? This guy, like, the fucking Umbumbwe here, front and center, is like, well, I suppose. They're not African. What are they? Samoan? It's just as well I did them brown and not black. Why does Luminous Green sound like a generic Harry Potter character name? Luminous Green. Luminous! Put that wand down! Luminous Green. That's hilarious. It has some of the Harry Potter characters have the same kind of character name generation vibe or theme as Willy Wonka. In my opinion, that's what it is. It's like, you know, in Willy Wonka, it's like Augustus Gloop. You know, Veruca. What's her fucking name? Veruca. Oh, what's that bitch's name? Veruca's Salt. Is it Veruca Salt? Is it Veruca Salt? I think it's Veruca Salt. Her name's Veruca. Have you ever had a Veruca? I've had a Veruca. They're fucking horrible. Augustus Gloop, Veruca Salt. I can't remember the other ones now. Was there Bobby something? I can't remember. But yeah, it's the same kind of, like, there's alliteration. Well, not alliteration. They rhyme in a weird way. They're musical names that also hint as to the type of character that the character is, like, you know. Like if you were gonna call, like, Donald Trump is kind of like that. Like when I hear the name Donald Trump and I see Donald Trump the person, I look at him and I'm like, that's like, he's a character. It's not like a real person. He's a fucking character, like. Cause like I always think of like Trump card, and like Trump card is like, now correct me if I'm wrong, but Trump card is like similar to like a get out of jail free card, or like a lot like the last defense against something. Kind of like your, like an ace up a sleeve is like a Trump card, you know, some shit like that. Like, thank you. That's how I see that shit. Like, my name is Alex Roach, and over the years I've probably rolled like a few thousand joints. But it doesn't even have to be joints. It's like, cause like if you just put a roach in a cigarette, if you roll your own cigarettes. And I think that's funny. Like, sure, I got slagged off when I was a kid. It was like, haha, cockroach, your name is Roach, you're like a cockroach, haha, you're a bug. And then there was like a brand of there was a brand of like a department store with, like, you know, clothing and home stuff and toys and food and so on. I don't think they did food actually, but there was a store called Roach's Stores, and kids used to ask me like, do you own that? And I was like, I wish, you know. But like, obviously, because we were children, nobody ever pointed out, like, you know, like Roach, like, what the fuck, like. And then when we got older, it's like, I was the rolling donkey. I was like, I didn't mind rolling, and I got good at rolling. So I rolled like in quite like most of the situations we were in. Like, I was the one that was asked to roll the joints. because I was good at it, like. And the fact that my name is Roach is just funny, like. Shit like that makes me laugh. And I think stuff like that is I think there's a truth to it. I think you're like, there's a reason I'm called Alex, and Alex means you know, Alexander or whatever. It's like defender of men. In like figurative ways and in realistic ways. I have assumed that role in my life multiple times. I have defended other men from others and from themselves. And in general, I've always had kind of a protector vibe. Whew. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it was Farouk Assault, yeah. Hilarious. Painting Combatu. Pain Combatu. Paintingu. Combatu. Instead of combat, it's just Combatu. Mortar Combatu. Oh man, if I could, like, if I ever get, if I'm ever in a position to make a parody of Mortal Kombat, oh, I'm so doing it. Did anyone ever make a video game of Celebrity Deathmatch? Because, like, that would have been, like, amazing. You remember Celebrity Deathmatch? The claymation thing? Well, Bob, tonight we're going to get Britney Spears and Michael Jackson and rip each other's faces off live on TV. It's like... That was brilliant. Like, I used to love Celebrity Deathmatch. It was fucking brilliant, like. So funny. Oh god, he's ripped off his arms and he's using them like a helicopter. Like, it's just so over the top and hilarious. Like, and the fact that the whole thing was claymation made it just amazing. Because, like, the amount of effort and time it would take to do, like, every episode, like, it was so fucking good, like. You just don't see shit like that anymore, like, you know? Not in the mainstream, anyway. You have to, like, really look for it. There's this thing called, oh, fuck, I can't remember the name now. Begins with H. But there's this thing I seen. It's not claymation, but it's stop animation. You know, that single frame shit. Like frame by frame animation. Like Wallace and Gromit, but like not with clay or plasticine. It's like wood and like other fabrics and stuff. I think it's called like Hadoki or Huduki or something. But it's a Japanese. I think it's Japanese. Could be Chinese. Could be Korean. But it's like a wooden doll who's like a fucking samurai, like shinobi type character. and it's like a couple of minutes long of like him in a fight scene. It's one of the coolest things I've ever fucking seen, and it must take like an incredible amount of time to like position everything, take a photo, position everything, take a photo, position everything, take a photo, and it's like so good. Like, is it Hidari or something it's called? Like, I can't remember, but like there is amazing stuff out there. It's just not in the mainstream, which in itself is disgusting and dishonorable, you know, because if anything, the mainstream should be the best of the best. The mainstream zeitgeist and like mainstream of information and daily interactions and stuff like that should be the best of the best. The good, the true, the beautiful, like the truest, most beautiful, most good stuff should be the mainstream, but it's not. The mainstream is poison. It's brain rot. It's you're the product. Gambling, alcohol, drugs, porn, propaganda, like soulless fashion industry, movie industry, gaming industry. It's all gone. It's like it's all fucking corrupt. Politics, religion, like everything, every single aspect of our society is rotten to the core now, and it's all just lied about and like swept under the carpet. And it's like, oh yeah, it's like a bunch of psychopath, you know, delusion bubble weirdos who are like, everything's fine, you know, like body snatchers or something, like, you know, like like you're there like, everything's wrong, like you people are crazy, and they're like, no we're not, just drink the Kool-Aid and you'll be okay. Like they're like looking at you with those glazed expressions. Like more and more people are like copping on, you know, that like mainstream society is like absolute Babylonian like poison. It's just, I think one of the best ways to describe it is poison, you know, because like you can ignorantly consume it, but also willfully consume it. But once your ignorance is gone, if you still willfully consume it, then it's basically the same as like alcohol and drugs and any other bad habit. It's like, well, you're doing it to yourself. But that's why I have that kind of protector vibe, that like want to get through to other people, because it's like, you're consuming poison, it's killing you, and it's like you can't get through to them. Like, it's mad. Like, we live in strange times. Epic, beautiful, full of potential and all sorts of things times, but strange, very strange. But I've said this before, it's like, I'm sure there was a group of people at any given time in our past that were like sitting around talking to each other, saying the same stuff, you know, these are interesting times, brother, and so on and so forth. Like, it's just the same thing over and over and over again, but every time it's slightly different, which is one of the things that makes it incredibly beautiful, is the variability, yet simultaneously the stability. Incredibly varied yet stable. Oh, sumimasen. That one tasted different, and I haven't eaten yet. Oh, I had a donut. I had a delicious donut. I had a cookies and cream donut. It was very luxurious. I think it was Oreo filling or something. It's very nice. Yeah, that's what that is. I can smell and taste the sweet dough. Matthew means gift of God. While that sounds pretty gay, I like to think I do a decent job at being a blessing to others in my life. Yeah, but what does Vreeland mean as well? Because you count both with them, like. But yeah, like you know, if you weren't like a really decent guy, then like you probably wouldn't be with Sonya, you know? Like I think your assessment is very correct, you know. I'm in a similar situation, you know, because if you don't have a lot of money, then your value comes from like other stuff. Like obviously I think it's fucking disgusting to equate somebody's value as a human being with how much money they make. But that's the society we live in because everybody covets money. So it's just, what are you gonna do? Like, but for people who get it and realize that like the value of something isn't how much it is worth in a monetary sense, the value of something is how much value it provides, you know. It's one of the reasons why I think I enjoy making people laugh so much, is like, if you can make somebody laugh, you literally make their mood or their day better. Like, you can make somebody laugh and like it will completely change the course of their day or even their life, you know, depending on what you make them laugh about and why you make them laugh. And like, timing is so important, you know. People really underestimate the inherent and ever like ubiquitous value of just good people, because we live in a time where it's like, well, if it's not worth money, then like what good is it? Which is just the most demonic fucking thing ever, like, you know. But that's what you kind of like, for people like us, it's like, I kind of, and obviously I try to see it as a blessing that like we're alive in a time where if we choose to, we get to be the ones who remind each other and others of the good, the true, and the beautiful, which is an incredible honor, you know. It's a blessing, but it's also a burden, you know, because a lot of people will hate you for it. A lot of people will literally just hate on you for it, like. I don't know, it can be difficult because like you can look at people and they're very materialistic, or they're ideologically bound in many ways, and the best thing to do is like have compassion for them because they are lost. But at the same time, it can be hard to have compassion for people like that, you know? It can be very hard. Accepting that demonic trash people exist, and there's quite a lot of them in this timeline, is genuinely something I had to come to grips with. Because similar to Owen, I have that kind of bimbo side of me that's like, no, like there's, you know, everybody's got their issues and stuff, but like at their core, they're like, you know, they're that inner child and they're good, like, you know. Which most of the time is true. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you actually are dealing with a fucking demon-infested being, a wicked being, you know? And if you don't act accordingly, it's gonna be your fault. You have no one else to blame but yourself. And It's difficult to come to grips with that, like, you know. Because sure, it's not your fault that that person's a fucking demon. But it is your fault that you know, listened to them or enabled them or let them into your home, you know. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Okie dokie. We are getting there. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. That, like, that sound there, the do 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 do. That just reminds me of my teenage years. Like, seriously. Do 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 do. It's just like every gaff party I ever went to when I was a teenager. Painting goo 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 goo. Right, need to go darker, get some more shading in there. Not too much. I think it looks good. It's obviously 3D, you know. Well, we get tighten the shading up a bit, and then I'm gonna put the muzzle flash in, and then the net flying towards this guy running away. And then I think we're pretty much done. I might do some like scarification or like tattoos on these guys. Put some cool details in or something. I'll need to get a bit of the beach color and carve this guy's fingers, make them look a bit cleaner. Well, other than that, I think we're on the home stretch of this one anyway. As I said yesterday, like I'm no longer going to stress about how long a painting goo is taking. I'm just going to enjoy the painting goo, and when it's done, it's done. Because I remember, like, I'd spend like not 20 episodes, like a week on one painting goo sometimes. I think Castle Liechtenstein is like one of the painting goos that like took me the longest because there was so much in it. There was all like loads of different speech bubbles and stuff. But these days now, like moving forward, and like I'm probably gonna end up back on the other side of the room next week. I'm gonna like move the TV and all that shit. Like, it's just like in terms of efficiency, like, you know, because like I'd have to like unplug and move the PlayStation and the television, and then that just like sits somewhere in the room until I it's usually like the weekend, right, where like I'll take the laptop out and put the TV and PlayStation in, and it's like one of those things where it's like it just takes like 15-20 minutes to like move everything around. So I've tried to put myself into a position where I don't have to do that, and it's just there, and I could just like do it. Because when you're spinning all these plates, where you're doing watercolor character design, you're doing symmetrical fucking Sumimasen! You know, like I do my symmetricals are basically my contemporary art that I could potentially sell for like thousands or something. Then I have my character designs, which like most of the time turn into like merchandise, like mugs, stickers, t-shirts, so on and so forth, and are like, you know, material and resources that could be used later on in my career as an artist, like when I teach myself how to do animation or like get better at clay work or whatever like that. Like, I seriously would love to like make my own version of Warhammer, because I think like I could do it. I think I could do a cute and cuddly, hilariously dark version of Warhammer, with like stuff like the pigs and the turtles, and like I've been designing my own version of robots and stuff like that. Like having like, it'd start with 4 as a base, you know, instead of Space Marines, Orcs, Eldar, and Chaos. I would have like the turtles, the pigs, it's like I don't like, I do and don't want to drop it yet because it's one of my favorite creations, but like basically I have my own like concept for like a line of robots, just like the turtles and the pigs. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I think you guys will like really enjoy it. I think I might have mentioned it before, but just in case I haven't, I'm not going to mention it, because I don't want to just talk about my ideas all the time, in case like somebody's just sitting there taking notes, you know. And it's not that I think I'm doing my ideas an injustice if I just like, it's kind of the whole like do not throw pearls before swine kind of thing. I'm trying to like be more professional and take myself a bit more seriously, which is difficult for somebody like me who's like constantly just in like childlike fun mode, you know. I genuinely find it difficult to like take things seriously, because I genuinely believe in an afterlife. And I'm like, this isn't the end. Like, should I fucking, I could die tomorrow and like end up in like level 2. I don't care. Like, I bet they made that game in the 90s for the N64 and everyone forgot about it. Wicked funny show. Yeah, I loved Celebrity Deathmatch. So good. I'd love to make my own parody version of Mortal Kombat. It'd be so funny, like. It'd probably end up being more violent than Mortal Kombat because it would be like over the top, you know. I have to do my research on my last name. Derived from Middle Dutch Vredeland. Vredeland. Land where peace is enforced. Originally the name of a castle, and at least according to or at least according to Wikipedia. So your name means gift from God. Land where peace is enforced. You should probably work in security. That's the vibe I get off you, is like you'd probably do very well in working for a security security firm, or like trying to get into private security. You'd probably do really well in that. You know, like you're strong, you're like, you know, very masculine, full of testosterone, big bushy beard on you, like, but you're also a nice guy with like a mild, you're like mild tempered until you get like annoyed. So as long as you like kept your cool, you'd probably be a really good security dude. I've thought about doing it myself. Sumimasen. I have a friend. Painting, goo, goo. Painting goo goo. Ugh. Painting goo goo. Am I near the end of the... Yeah, there's a few minutes left. Let's change it up for a while. Oh, I'm well over the fucking... The last time I looked at the clock, I was only 30 minutes in. Right, I'll do the phrase of the day, and then hold on. I set up the next tunes, and then I'll do the phrase. Where's the other funk list? I think it's up the top, isn't it? It's actually the other way. Yeah, there we go. The samurai funk. Oh god! Oh Jesus! Got all sorts of fucking gaseous and phlegm ASMR going on right now. Yeah, tribal tattoos would be cool for these guys. Yeah, let me see. They'd be black, wouldn't they? Yeah, Maori tattoos are typically like black. They're just like black patterns. Let me see. I'll quickly Google Maori tattoos. What's going on here? Who is sending me message? Right, let me see. One moment. One more thing. That's one thing that I have to get fucking Stabberoo to just stick on Plex is like all the Jackie Chan. That's like legit a good cartoon show. Is the Jackie Chan cartoon that used to be on Nickelodeon or Jetix or whatever it was called. Jackie! Hiya! One more thing. Huck Fu is like still to this day. Huck Fu is one of my favorite villain characters in anything that I've seen. And I've watched like a lot of shit, lots of cartoons, lots of anime, lots of TV shows, like some of the mainstream ones, some of the not so mainstream ones, movies, documentaries, everything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like real life shit, like loads of YouTube, like real life stuff, like, you know, horrifying shit, awesome shit. You know, one minute I'm watching something like, you know, baby turtles trying to make it across a beach, or like like a fucking squirrel nibbling on a nut, or so, like really cute stuff, and then the next minute is like, you know, murderers being interrogated to like learn how good or how bad people are at lying and shit like that. Like, and just the amount, the vast spectrum of stuff that I've seen over the 33 years of life. You know, like one of the first things I witnessed as a child is Conan the Barbarian, like, or one of my earliest memories is anyway. But Huck Fu from that Jackie Chan cartoon is one of the fucking like most entertaining and most badass like characters I've ever seen in my life. Falling meteor slaughters lamb, like turtle punch, tiger ribing, like fucking, just like it was so anime, like it's so funny, like. He'd be when he picks up the talisman and realizes that he has basically like laser eyes, like Cyclops out of X-Men, and he goes like, ah, and like the lasers come out of his eyes, and then he kind of like looks at the talisman in his hand, and he's like, heat beam eye blast? Like he like asks himself that question. He says heat beam eye blast in question format, like, do you know what I mean? It's just one of the funniest fucking things. He's like, you know, like,
fires a heat beam eye blast at Jackie, and Jackie like moves out of the way and gets to cover. And because he just did what he did, Hawkfu is just like has this moment of like realization and confusion where he's like, heat beam eye blast. And then the moment of realization right after that, where he's like, heat beam eye blast, and just starts wrecking the place. He's just like, heat beam eye blast. It's like, there's lasers all over the place. Jackie's like doing somersault and sliding under things to avoid getting hit and all. Like, it's one of the best episodes in the show. Like, I think it's the same episode that Uncle gets the dog talisman and is like immortal as long as he has the dog talisman. So he gets all like limber and youthful again and starts being like amazing at kung fu again and kicks the shit out of Hawk Fu. Like, Falling Meteor Slaughters Lamb is still one of the best moves. Like, it's one of the best names for a martial arts move I've ever heard of. Like, Falling Meteor Slaughters Lamb. It's like he's descending from up on high with like a flying knee or a kick. It's fucking monkey grabs tail. Like, I love him. He's one of the best, most entertaining, funniest, like just the whole concept of him. Even like his hair's amazing looking. It's like straight out of an anime. Like, he looks like something out of Dragon Ball. It's fucking brilliant. But anyway, what was I looking up? Oh yeah, Maori tattoos. Yeah. Maori tattoo. Yeah. I was right. Yeah, I just wanted to be sure, but I was pretty much like 100% convinced that I was right. Maori tattoos are like typically just like solid black, and then like just all this like different like Aztec-y looking shit. Like, really cool stuff. I would love a like, instead of like Russell Brand where he's like covered in the fucking he's covered in all the different religious symbols, you know, like an ankh and a cross and like the swastika and like all the, or swastika, whatever way you want to say it, like swastika, and like the Buddhist thing or whatever. Like, I would like a more like almost like an homage version of that, where like I would like a tattoo from every culture, like a Maori bit, a Japanese Yakuza style bit, some like Egyptian hieroglyphic stuff. Like, if I was going to cover myself in that, it would be stuff like that. I would cover myself in like every single different culture the aspect of that culture that I find intriguing. I'd have like the Egyptian dung beetle with the sun and the wings, and like some hieroglyphic stuff, or like, you know, the Eye of Ra, or like, you know, Anubis is really cool or whatever, or Set. Like, they're all like, the Egyptian stuff is awesome. But that's the way I do it. I do like Chinese. I'd probably do like maybe a Chinese tiger and a Japanese dragon, or the other way around. I do like a Chinese dragon and a Japanese tiger or fox or something like. I do a panda. Like, I get a tattoo of a panda that has like a zip up its back. Like, I think it'd be hilarious to get a tattoo of a guy in a panda suit, but like in the style of Family Guy, where the guy is like holding the head of the panda, so it looks like he's wearing a mascot costume or something, like, and he's just like smoking. Like, what do you want? I'm on break. I got 15 minutes before I have to pretend to shit myself again. Like, you have any idea, like, how fucking tedious it is? Just rolling around in your own feces dressed as a panda for 40 grand a year. There's people out there that would be like, 40 grand a year? You're like, yeah. I do it for 30. security wouldn't be a bad career, or police. Yeah, but like, you know, police, like these days, it's very polarizing being a police officer, no matter where you are these days. It's very polarizing. Unless you're in like a really based place in America or something like that, like it's probably okay still. Or maybe like there's like a really based place in like it's some of the like Norway or some shit. I don't know, like, but security doesn't have that kind of like stigma, you know. Security is just security. Like, you could be a doorman, you could be just like doing security for a shop, anything, you know. That's why private security is kind of a cool gig to get into, because like if you get a good rep of just being like, yeah, we'll keep your stuff safe and like we'll do it properly, it's a good gig to get into. Great work. Like, sure, you might get stabbed or shot at or something, like, you know, but like like most of the time nothing happens and you get paid great money, like. But it can be a bit nerve-wracking. You know, you see a lot of guys. It's the same with the military and police force. Like, you have a lot of psychos who get into those things because they want to hurt people. They're like chomping at the bit, and they're like, don't get me wrong. Part of me is like that. Like, part of me that would like love to take out my lifetime of frustration on somebody who deserves it. Because as the like protector archetype, like I've never. I suppose you could argue that like that one, the only street fight, if you want to call it that, the only fight I've ever had that wasn't like, you know, in a gym or, you know, it was just like out in the world. I lost almost instantly because I had no ground game. You know, like, oh, you think you could throw kicks, do you? Like, and I swung first, you know. So like, peer pressure got to me at a young age. Powerful shit, peer pressure. Even for someone like me who's typically an outsider. But I'm weird like that. Like I'm quite the outsider, but I like the group. Which means like yeah, like I'm not an omega. I know you have traits of all of them, but like I'm still struggling to discover which one I like really am. And I think I am a Bravo. I don't do great when I'm the alpha. I'll do it, but it stresses me out. Because I'm responsible for everybody's feelings, and like, you know, everybody comes to you, like, you know, you're the one that has to solve everything and protect everyone, and anytime something goes wrong, it's you they ring, and blah, blah, blah. And like, that is a nice feeling. It's a really, really nice feeling, being the alpha, and like people like look to you for support and safety and all these things. You still get that as a Bravo, but it's not as bad, which is probably why I probably am a Bravo. I'm not a Delta. I have strong Delta traits because I love working and I like doing work well, and I do have that kind of Germanic, like, but we must do it correctly and efficiently. You know, like, if we do not, why do it at all? You know, that kind of thing. I don't think I'm a Sigma either, because like I'm not that much of a loner. Like, I work best when it's like me and like one or two other dudes. Like in another life I probably would have made like a really good operator. You know, where it's just like me and max like 5 guys who are like highly specialized at things or something. Because like I am great at following orders, but the alpha needs to be someone that I genuinely like trust. If I don't trust the alpha, that's when I become a little bit of a Sigma, where I'm like, fuck this, and I just like do shit on my own. I'm an oddball, like, you know, I've kind of like chameleoned my way through things in an attempt to just keep my sanity over the years. Because society has become so fucking polarized and people are so like mentally unwell and spiritually devoid of shit, like that it's like stressful and painful to interact with like most people. not most people online. It's a minority of people in real life, the majority of people digitally. Which once you realize that, it's like makes things easier to handle, because like you just need to be like more involved in like your local community. But that can be difficult because depending on where you live, you know, you genuinely might be one of like fucking 4 or 5 people in the whole area that think the way you think. You know, so it's kind of like it's like it's a contextual relative thing where it's like that's why the bear community is so fucking cool, because like you have like, you know, you got police, you got, you know, really rich people, really poor people, you got like everybody from different religions, like all different walks of life, all just like congregating for the sake of like, you know, that general sense of like, so we can be honest here and nobody will freak out at me. Like, okay, cool. I find it hilarious that there's like a genuine need in these times for communities like that, where it's like you like walk into the saloon and you're like tentatively like, so if I express an opinion, nobody's gonna like jump down my throat and call me a bigot, racist, homophobe. Like, it's like, oh, so these people are like rational adults with disciplined minds and control over their emotions. Oh, thank fuck. Like, oh. Right, yeah, I'll do the phrase and then I'll slap some tattoos on the tribesman. Still a bit of work to do on this one. I'm probably not going to finish it today. I'm already nearly at 2 hours. I'm not going over 2 hours. I might a little bit, like, you know. Do. Let me see. Where is Frezu? There we go. There we go. Right, Tobias, my feathery friend. Yeah, but like, I feel bad for Boris. He's just sitting there in the corner, as if he didn't do anything before. He's like really doing fuck all now. Like, it annoys the fuck out of me that I don't have like a background now. Like, so I probably am gonna move the kit back over there, but then just stick with the laptop like camera. I think it's hilarious that I fucked around with webcams for months, and like me and Stabberoo, like, it's like, yeah, kind of, yeah, looks better, like higher resolution. I don't know, like, and then I switch back to this, and I'm just like, no, this is like way better. Like the color, the fucking everything. Like, anyway, today's phrase of the day. I send cleansing vibrations through the interwebs to cleanse you of your filthy, dirty tea, and allow it to flow freely as I announce today's phrase of the day. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, nor does the trash bag fall far from the dumpster. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you were thinking of when you thought of that phrase. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, nor does the trash bag fall far from the dumpster. That's so fucking true. Like, it really is. It's like you look at somebody who's like an absolute boss, and they're like, their dad is probably like typically, you know, statistically, the parents are like, because it makes sense that like the parents would be absolute bosses, because that's why the children are absolute bosses or whatever, like, you know, typically. Obviously there's exceptions, but like then you look at, it's the same thing. It's like you look at like fucking like just scums, like scumbag people, like, you know, like proper scum of the earth people, like, because that's another thing, is like I think a lot of people these days have this weird thing where they don't want to admit that like scummy people like exist and are a thing. This like woke ideological notion that, like, you know, this communist idealistic thing of like everybody deserves a chance, everybody deserves opportunity, everybody deserves forgiveness, like all this fucking shit. Um, like a hollowed out inverted version of Christianity or something, where it's like, you know, oh, we just have to be nice to everybody, like some kind of like enabling gobshite of a parent, like, um, it's like it's done an incredible amount of harm to not be able to like just see something for what it is. Where it's like those people are scum; they deserve nothing. You know, especially when they're like you can forgive children, teenagers, maybe even like if they're in their 20s or whatever. But like by the time you get to 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, if you're just like an ignorant, set in your ways asshole, and like a lot of your family are the same and you bicker all the time and like you have a toxic, like the amount of damage that people who suck do to society, I don't think enough people most people don't realize how widespread the damage typically is from stupid people and like wicked people. Stupid people are almost just as dangerous, if not situationally and contextually more dangerous than wicked people, which is kind of funny, you know, like an absolute retard could just like collapse society on a given Wednesday, like, do you know what I mean? Like, Bobby, what are you doing? And it's just like the whole building bursts into flames and 12 people die, and it's like, my God, what happened? It's like, well, that fucking retard. Like, and you'd be like, ah, you know, like, part of you would have compassion because it's not wickedness that caused all this, it's stupidity. But like that is a difficult thing. Like if you look at it from a parental point of view, like that is like even if like if you're just singularly as an alpha in a group of people, how do you punish stupidity? How do you teach stupidity not to do that again? Like, you know, because you're dealing with something that cannot comprehend complex constructs, or like, you know, a sophisticated situation or something, like, you know, loads of variables, like many things to hold in the mind at the same time to come to a given conclusion or answer or whatever like that. Like in like spatial awareness and like, you know, being able to like deconstruct a cube and reconstruct a cube just in your mind, and stuff that like a lot of us would find like very fundamental and quite easy, whereas like other people it's like impossible for them. So there is that, like, you should have compassion for these people, but like we've gone so far now that it's like now we have compassion for like pedophiles, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like when you start having compassion for those who willfully engage in demonic behavior, you know, and it's this whole psychobabble bullshit of like, yeah, but it's not their fault. I mean, like the childhood, and it's like, yeah, but like when you stop holding like grown adults accountable for their actions, it's so demonic, it's so wicked, like, do you know what I mean? Because it's like you create a scenario where there's like a subcategory of people who are so mentally ill and traumatized and damaged that they've become wicked, whether they you know truly at their core want to be wicked, or it's like, you know, fucking it could be classed as an addiction, or like, you know, just this like mental craving or something, like, do you know what I mean, that they have no discipline over, or like, you know, it's like a habit or something. Like, I get the argument of like you can't blame them for what they are, the monster they have become, because like look at their past, like, do you know what I mean, it's not their fault and so on and so forth. But like it is though. Like if we do not hold individuals accountable as adults for the choices that they make, then you're treating everybody as children. And if you treat everybody as children, then like and that, like, that's why you have that term like the nanny state and stuff like that, like where it's like, now you be careful when you go outside, now you remember to put your mask on and put the no juice all over your hands, you know, like, and it's like, fuck me, like, it's so dark. This whole Brave New World shit where, like, you know, they're just drugging everybody so that everybody doesn't feel anything and shit, like equilibrium, you know. We have peace, harmony, you know. But it's not peace, like, their version, the Hive's version of peace and harmony is a sterile, it's like the surface of the moon. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at the moon and you're like, nothing. There's nothing there. Like, you know, even the moon that mainstream science like pushes is just this like cold rock. You know, like this cold, grey, desolate, lifeless rock. And it's like, that's what peace and harmony is to, like, the wicked. Is just like, no life, no movement, nothing, stillness. You know, like, beautiful. You know, like, I think it's funny. Like, I think it's funny that, like, I can look at things, and that's why sometimes I struggle with, like, am I like demonic? Am I evil? It's like, no, I have the potentiality for evil within me, which is why, if I'm honest with myself, I can recognize and empathize and sympathize and have the perspective of evil, and then choose not to be like that. That's what makes me good, is the fact that I'm aware and I use my will to be like, no, I don't want to be that, I want to be this. But that doesn't mean that I don't understand that, you know. I understand the shadow, you know, like, I understand the demon, you know. And, like, that's what makes it funny. It's like, you know, what we need is peace and harmony. And I just, like, show them, like, a fucking, like, a surgically sterile white room with nothing in it, like, you know, and they'd be like, beautiful. You know, it's like, beautiful? It's like, no color, no life, not a single bacteria, vacuum sealed, plastic. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. You know, like, are you fucking serious? Like, the type of people that would be uncomfortable just in an open field on a summer's day. Do you know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't be at ease just, like, sitting on the grass. You know? Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I don't like bug bites. Like, when stuff crawls on you and you're not, like, expecting it, sometimes you can be like, what the fuck is that? You know? Because something just touches you out of nowhere, like. But, like, when you truly have a sense of, like, calmness and an appreciation and a love for nature, which I really do. I fucking love nature. I love animals. I love flowers. Which is, like, one of those things where it's like, ha! Gay! You know, like, a man saying that he loves flowers. I do. I think there's some flowers are epic looking, you know? Like, my missus, the female, like, she loves orchids. Orchids are awesome looking. I'm pretty sure somebody designed the alien from Independence Day on an orchid, because when you look at them, like, that's what it looks like. And it's stuff like that really, like, that I really love about art. That's why I love my symmetricals so much. It's because, like, most of art is, like, doing something that, like, somebody looks at it and they're like, oh, that's a blah blah blah. It's like, look, this is a tribesman. This is a, you know, big spider with a cannon. Everything is, like, defined. Everything is... It's all... like, that's why the creative world is so saturated with, like, oh, here we go again with, like, a derivative of something that has already been done. And I know, technically, everything is a derivative of something that's already been done. There's nothing new under the sun. I get that. I believe in that. I subscribe to that belief. But true exploration of what art is, for me anyway, is just, like, chaos, and then trace the chaos and flip it, and immediately becomes less chaotic because now you've added symmetry to the chaos. So now you've ordered the chaos with one move, and that's symmetry. And you've gotten the symmetry through tracing the chaos, which is almost like what the act of tracing organic freedom is is like like, would it be like acknowledging it, or because think about what you're doing. Like it's like if you've ever tried it, like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking mad hard to like you just draw a line down the middle and then do just a single line going from the middle to the right, and then try do the exact same thing on the other side of the line. You know, just trying to like freehand symmetrical stuff is incredibly difficult. It's doable, but it's incredibly difficult. It's so much easier to just do something and then trace it and then flip it. And I think there's like something, there's like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's like a profound truth in the symmetricals that I do. And it's like part of me wants to share that or something, like, you know, because there's been a few times where I'm like when I did that art class recently, with the community group thing, and like a few people came out of that being like, you know, oh my god, like you should like teach art, because I was saying stuff like that. I was like, split the page so you have two sides, and you can do it, you know, portrait or landscape, it doesn't matter, but like find the center. And like think of the words I'm using. Find the center, you know, and then pick a side. And then just free yourself on that side. Chaos. Like just create chaos. Like, you know, do whatever the fuck you want. You're not limited by like, oh, this has to look like this or this line has to go that way. Just do whatever. Like just pure feeling, pure in the moment conduit of like whatever energy is flowing through you. And then once you're done, you get tracing paper and then you trace the thing perfectly and then you flip it. And the whole thing of like the mirror and looking at the shadow self and all that, I think it's like really primal how I do symmetricals. And it's like, it's not like I came up with the method myself. I'm doing stuff that's been done for like hundreds of years, you know. But it's incredibly analog, and like if you really if you really enjoy the process and take in on a fundamental level what you're doing, there's something profound there about like, you know, just like vomiting your soul, your essence, and then copying it and flipping it and inverting it and seeing what image you get out of that. And this is what the reason why I went on this tangent is because most art is like, oh, that's a tiger, that's a bucket, that's a spider. It's defined. When I do symmetricals, most of what I hear of people that look at them, like, think about the thing I did recently on the stream. Oh, it looks like a Gundam. Oh, it looks like it could be a space alien ship. Oh, it looks like it could be this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, when I before I traced and flipped that and turned it into a symmetrical image, and it was just a single image that I had randomly done with abstract shapes, you looked at the thing and it was like, oh, is it a tank? Is it a rhino? Is it like a weird mix between like that rhino Pokemon, you know, that pink rhino Pokemon, and like, you know, some kind of mechanical tank? It could be a hovercraft. Like your mind is like trying to put it in a box. Your mind is trying to put it in, it's a this, you know? But in the process of doing that, your mind is like hitting what it could be, what it looks like, and all this stuff. That's my favorite zone. Is like I make something and then somebody looks at it and they're like, that looks like. They don't say, oh, that's a really nice tank. You know? They don't say like, oh, what a beautiful butterfly. They look at it and they go, what is it? It looks like this. You know? And then typically I look at them and I'm like, well, what else do you see? What is it to you? You know? That to me is like one of the fundamental things of creation, of art. To like really explore shapes and colors and, you know, silhouettes and stuff, where it's like vague enough for you to have that sense of mystery and contemplation, but not so vague that you know what it is, like right as you look at it, you know. Oh, it's a bumblebee. Oh, it's a pencil. I like creating stuff where there's like mystery to it, and it's like intrigue, and then you get all these different people looking at the same thing, and they're like, "Oh, it kind of looks like a tiger to me," and like you always get that moment where like somebody goes, "Where do you see that?" You know, like, "Oh, you know, when you look at it this way," and I kind of like, you know, there's like a face here and shit, like, you know. I was saying it to one of the, like, my friend that I was at the exhibition with today. I was like, the amount of times I've looked at my symmetricals and I see like vaginas and penises, because it's like, because of the symmetry, and because like you'll see all these like shapes that like have like I'm not even playing, like, and I swear to God I don't do it on purpose, because it's always after the fact. Like that thing that I painted on the wall, it like has like a phallic, you know, part to it, but also has like a part to it that looks like a womb or a vagina. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see the same stuff in like loads of shit. Like, you see faces in things. I'm always doing that when we're driving, when I'm in the car with the female and she's driving, cause I'm in the passenger seat. I have the opportunity to like look around, and like some cars look really angry, whereas like other cars like look really brain dead or happy. You know, like, and it's because of the symmetry, you know, the simplicity of symmetry. It's what's another S word? That sounds very snake-like though. Like the simplicity of symmetry is sensual. Like, I don't know. I'm just shite talking now. Anyway, right. Compassion for pets is why people turn out like the Alaskan Avenger. The Alaskan Avenger? What's that about? The Alaskan Avenger? Is this some guy that went on a shooting spree or some shit? Like, is that the guy that shot up that island in Switzerland or some shit? I can't remember. Didn't he kill like 70 kids that were on like a trip or some shit? Like, could have had like a backpack full of magazines and a submachine gun. I mean, if you're gonna go on a killing spree, that's how you do it. You know, like typical fuck it. Like, that's what I think is hilarious about the whole thing of like white people. It's like, oh, white supremacy and all that. It's like I think Eddie Griffin kind of had a joke about that. Like, obviously not this serial killer stuff, but like Eddie Griffin has a hilarious joke about like the guys that robbed Bank of America. You could tell they were white boys because they came prepared. Like, it's like, ain't no niggas if it don't know shit like that. When a nigga wants to rob a bank, it's like, hey nigga, you got your 9? I got my 9. What you got? I got a 45. Well shit, nigga, let's go. You know, like, it would have been a short shootout because niggas would have had one clip. That's so true, because he's like, white people is like, we're gonna need the body armor and the laser sights and the banana clip because by God we're coming out alive. Like, it's so fucking true. White people think about the future and they prepare for winter and all. Like, they prepare for things potentially going wrong, like potentially going wrong. Like, they have that, like, white people have that. Like, Owen's like so on the money with that stuff, because you view it objectively and analytically with a logical mind, and you come to the objective truth, which is like the way it should fucking be, like, you know. But it's so fucking funny, like, you know. What are we gonna do when winter comes? And just like Umbumbaway is just sitting there nanging on a fucking like the thigh of a boar. Just like, what are we gonna do when winter comes? Huh? Like, winter? What's winter? It's like that scene out of fucking Cool Runnings with the Jamaican lads that end up making a bobsled team. And it's like, the bobsledders move the cart along the ice. Ice! You didn't say anything about ice! I love Sanka. Sanka's hilarious in that movie. You didn't say anything about ice! Like, it's fucking brilliant. If you've never seen Cool Runnings, you're missing out. It's a brilliant film. She's beautiful. It's this like rundown heap of a bobsled. Like they're all looking at him like, what the fuck? And he's just like rubbing it, like captivated by the thing. He's like, she's beautiful. The thing's like a rusted shape. Like, oh man. A lot of this stream has just been me reminiscing on some of my favorite movies. Anyway, right, we will return to this, God willing, Monday. Have I got anything coming up? I have to do this now. I've had to do this for weeks now, where I'm like, am I doing PEINTEINGU Monday? Is there anything coming up? Do I have plans? Is there something on the calendar? Have I said anything to somebody that I'm going to be at this place at this time or some shit? There might not be one Tuesday. Oh, excuse me. There might not be one Tuesday. Probably will be. I could probably do the stream and then attend the meeting. But I'm a part of this group now, which is it's fucking hilarious. It's the Tipperary Arts Co-op is like something that me and a few friends were like trying to. She's done all the setup work, fair play to her, with the government and like, you know, various contacts and stuff like that. But we're trying to set up a Tipperary art co-op, and it's like the Tipperary art thing. So like we're calling it the Tarts. We are the Tarts. And the first thing we came up with is like T-shirts with like "Are you a tart at heart?" You know, and all this shit. Like, it's so funny. Like, we are the Tarts, the Tipperary Art Group, the Tart Society. So I have a meeting on Tuesday with that crowd. I'm trying to design the logo at the moment. It's all very very beginner stages, but like down the line, it's like potentially a full-time paid, you know, job to like help run the thing. Like, I've a lot of that going on right now. I've a lot of things in my life for the past like 2 years that are like not making me money right now, but in the future have the potential to make me like more money than I could ever need, which is great and a blessing, but incredibly frustrating in the beginning. But it is what it is. That's how those things work. Is like, you know, something worth building, something that if you're going to build it right, takes time and work and effort and patience and all these things. But anyway, you guys know the story. I'll let you know on the I'm gonna try and remember to like post on YouTube as well. I'm always just putting it in the Telegram group in PEINTEINGU. But I'll try and do a post on YouTube as well and let you guys know if I'm gonna be late Tuesday. I will stream Tuesday, but it might be like a short one, or I might have to do it earlier or some shit like that in order to still be able to do the meeting and shit. But anyway, I think that's it. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and bid you farewell. There's nothing on Monday though, so I will see you on Monday, 4 p.m. GMT, and we will finish this off, probably. I'm just going to keep working on it. Like I said, I'm not going to stress myself out about having to complete these things anymore, because it doesn't make any sense. If every PEINTEINGU is like pretty fucking decent looking, considering it's just randomly pulled from a hat and like no sketch and shit like that, like these things are becoming like, you know, something that I can show off, you know. Like, this guy's hilarious looking. I love him. So funny. I'm getting good at this shit to a point where like I'm actually having a sense of pride in these things, which is good, you know. It's good progress. But anyway, right. I will see you on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. Hope the rest of your evening goes well, and you'll have a good weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I will see you all soon.